Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video is about Momo, Bekeneko's early look in PTR server. So this is not a final live version. Maybe there's bug, maybe there's not. But if there's bug, they're gonna fix it in PTR server because this is PTR server. So first thing, I'm gonna go through the skill kit of her, and then we're gonna go through some of the testing I already did in PTR server. Okay, so let's take a look. This is her model itself. It's pretty cool. I really like the design, especially it's a cat esper. Okay, then you can see the belt here is actually her tail. They made the design here so you can see these two things is actually her tail. And then let's take a look at her leader buff. So here have her leader buff of PvP content, not including triple threats. So it's only for point war, knockout, and beat bout. Gonna have a 40% attack leader buff. And then for the definite here, she's gonna have D3, have an attack up buff, 100% chance of trigger when she's casting her S3. Okay, then this is a definite art. Seems like she killed someone, and then she's like sitting on top of the electric pole. Okay, then for the rival runes, she's going for Astro set and Avatar. So she have a mixture of HP and attack set as well. It's a pretty decent speed. Low crit rate is because she's gonna get crit, I think. She's gonna get it's because the true damage is not affected by crit rate. So crit damage and crit rate is not gonna affect her because she only scales with her attack and some of her HP. Okay, then for the ascension here, she's going for accuracy, attack percentage, and HP percentage. Why HP percentage? Is because her passive will actually affect true HP as well. Okay, then let's see. S1 deals true damage to one enemy 2 times, so it's a 2 hit damage and up to 55% per hit, so it's a 110% true damage based on her attack. And before she hits with her S1, will dispel 1 buff from the enemy first, and each hit, so she's got a total of dispelling 2 buff from the enemy and then inflict buff blocker. So if you have immunity, if she RNG is good enough to actually dispel 1 buff from you and it lands on immunity, then you're gonna get the buff blocker. Then after casting S1, she's gonna get an AP push by 10%, and each speed will increase the AP by 0.1%. So let's say you have 10 speed, so it's gonna be another 1% AP push. So the more speed you have, the more AP push you're gonna gain from here. But she's not gonna build speed, she's gonna build with attack for the true damage. Then for passive here, at the start of each round and when she takes her turn, she's gonna get 1 stack of rough. Okay, later I'll explain this part. Then she'll always have a damage taken minus 10% forever, and she have a crit rate minus 100%. So I think this crit rate 100% is she cannot get crit, right? Something like Chu Yao's thing. Then dealing damage restore HP. So no matter what skill she does, she's gonna restore HP, and she's gonna restore 25% of the lost HP. So it's not gonna skill with her attack, it's not gonna skill with her defense or damage, she's gonna skill with her lost HP. So the lower HP she is, the more HP recover she's gonna deal. Okay, then when an enemy acts outside of their turn, so let's say like Wu Yu, let's say like Anna, let's say like pursuit damage, or let's say like attack damage or counter attack, all these things that is considered as act outside of their turn, she will get 1 stack of route. So which means if let's say you are fighting Anna or Wu Yu, they're gonna keep on counter attack, right? So the more counter attack you do, the more route stack she's gonna get. But keep note, I already tested, she is not going to affect Iki. Because Iki is on stealth mode will not let Bekeneko to attack on Iki. Okay, then what's the rough? Rough is undispellable. Each stack gives attack of 4%, so max stack is 10 stacks, so it's a total of 40% attack increase. Technically, attack buff on her, and then damage taken reduced by 1%, so it's 10 stacks, so it's 10%. So which means if you have 10 stack of rough, you're gonna have a damage taken total 20%. Then every time a damage is dealt, you inflict extra true damage. So this true damage here, there's 2 portions, which is 2% of Bekeneko's max HP and another 15% of attack. So it's 2, which means and each stack of rough increase the final damage by 30%. So if you have 10 stack of this, which makes the final HP damage and the 15% attack increase by a 300% of final damage, but it only affect in PvP battles. This effect only affect in PvP battle. So let's say your S1 is 2 hit. Then with the passive here in PvP content, which means she's actually dealing 6 hit, because 2 hit from here, another 2 hit from max HP, and another 2 hit from attack. Okay, then for the S3 here, if you have Ascension max it up, which is gonna dispel all the buff from the target first, then inflict buff blocker for 2 turns, then will deal true damage for 3 hit. Then each hit is 65%, can go up to 90%, so it's a 270% of true damage, and it will also trigger this rough passive damage, so which means it's gonna be how many? 12 hit. It should be 12 hit, right? Because every time true damage, so here is a total of 3 times, so here is gonna be 6 damage. 9 hit, sorry, 9 hit, not 12 hit. 9 hit of damage from the S3. Okay, then for the resonance wise, as R1, your art evasion, which is a passive here, you further reduce another damage taken by 10%. So here 20% plus the rough max stack 10%, which means if you are R1 Bekeneko, you're gonna have a 30% damage reduction permanently. Okay, permanently. So R1 is good. Then for R2 here, when you inflict by non-control debuffs such as taunt, such as defense break or attack down or speed down, all those non-control debuffs, that will have a 30% chance of nullifying them, which means it's going to ignore the non-control debuff, and every stack of rough will increase this chance by 7%. So it's going to be RNG until your rough buff here is a total of max stack of 10, then you're going to have a 100% of ignore any kind of non-control debuff in R2. But in R4, it's going to include control debuff. So it's the same thing as at the back, it's going to be RNG, but it's gonna immune the control debuff. So let's say stun, freeze, times 0 hour by Tolan as well, but this have to be R4. Okay, then for R6, when an enemy acts outside of the turn, so you gain your stack faster, because from 1 stack you're gonna get 2 stack, and add an additional effect on the rough. So your miss rate will reduce by 10% each stack, so maximum is gonna be 100% miss rate reduced, and then healing efficiency increased by 3%, max stack is gonna be 30% healing received. So overall, every single resonance on her is gonna be good, but it's not a must. Like R0, she's already able to do what she's able to do. So it's very highly encouraged you guys to actually not compete, actually at least do the base reward of all Momo, because it's very important. You need at least 1 copy to play her, but as long as you have 1 copy, the rest of the resonance here is considered as bonus. Like the damage taken minus 10% here is good. If you have it, of course it's good. Like here have chance to immune to debuff, of course it's good. Then immune have chance to immune control, of course it's good. Then for R6 here, get faster stack and more attributes inside like miss rate and healing, of course it's good. But is it something you need to actually get to actually play her? Such as R2 Jinchu, such as R2 Yunchuan, such as R6 Hilda, all those stuff, they are resonance based. But in my opinion, from what I'm seeing Momo now, she doesn't need high reso to be playable in PvP. But of course, if you have high resonance, you have a higher advantage, right? But overall, R0 is already a playable Esper, and I highly encourage you guys, don't miss her. She is very strong. Okay, then I will show you guys some of the showcase here. So if we go to the VR Battleground, but VR Battleground here is actually considered as PvE. So what I want to show you is how many damage she's actually able to deal. So if we take a look here, I'm gonna AP push my own cat, and then say they're gonna take their turn. Right, so they normally take their turn. My cat won't take any extra bonus, but when I take my turn, I'm gonna get another stack of rough. So I'm gonna have 2 stack of rough now, right? And then if I S1, I'm gonna deal 2 damage. It's true damage. So it's 882 times. But this is in PvE content, so I didn't able to trigger Momo's rough stack. But if we go to PvP section, I'm gonna show you the replay that I did earlier. Okay, so this part here we're gonna test is the Anna interaction with Momo's interaction. So every time we hit Anna, Anna will counter attack, right? Then after Anna counter attack, Momo will follow up with a S1 to counter attack Anna's counter attack. Alright, so let's take a look. Okay, so I'm gonna S3 first, trigger Anna counter attack, and then my Momo hit. And you can see it's actually 6 hit there, because 2 hit from Momo's S1, then 2 hit from Momo's rough stack, the max HP, and another 2 hit is from the 15% attack. Because it's each time the attack is deals extra 2 damage. So 1 hit will trigger these 2 damage, and another second hit will trigger these 2 damage again. So it's a total of 6 hit. So you see, if I hit Anna again, Anna will counter attack, left 2 stack of shield, Anna counter attack, and then will triggers Momo. Momo will follow up with S1, deal another damage, and this damage will not trigger Anna counter attack again because Anna will only counter attack once per turn. Same thing if I S1 now, Anna counter attack, and then Momo will follow up with S1, deals another 6 hit. Okay, so it is very strong to actually counter Anna as well. If I cast S3 now, will do even higher damage and even more stack. Okay, then since we already know that Momo will actually trigger counter attack with her S1, so this will actually able to interact with, something very interesting with Feng Shun. Cause Feng Shun March Wind, when Feng Shun applies the March Wind, Feng Shun will able to follow up a damage when allies deals damage with basic ability, which means only S1. So which means if you have March Wind and then you trigger Anna's stack, you are actually able to follow up Feng Shun's attack. Right, so let me just normal damage first. Alright, I heal up myself. March Wind. Okay, gonna attack Anna. Anna get triggered, Anna counter attack. Then Momo will follow up with a S1 later after the Avatara. Let me fasten up. Okay, S1, and this S1 will trigger Feng Shun's Pursuit because it's a S1 from Momo, which means this is a very good pair. As long every time Anna counter attack with 1 time, then Momo will follow up S1, and then Feng Shun will follow up S1. Right, as you can see here, S1, then Feng Shun follow up S1 later. Oh, Feng Shun died, never mind. But you already get the point. So this is a very good interaction between Momo and Feng Shun. Okay, the counter attack, Momo follow up damage again. Right, maybe you feel like the damage is very low now. It's just because this Momo is a level 15 Momo, and then Momo is not built nicely yet. Okay, you can see here, this is just a level 15 Momo, no ascension, no skill up, no definite, and you can see the equipment is just some random equipment. It's not even a good equipment here, right? Solo attack. But this is a very good interaction. So maybe if you have R6 Yushu, you can even build like this. Okay, if you build like this, then S1, then Feng Shun follow up, and then Yushu follow up. It's a very good combination to actually play in PvP as well, and this is just R0. R6 will just make her even tankier and make her even stronger, that's all. But all the skill kit, she's already able to play in R0. So this is my final testing, and this is just the early thoughts in terms of Momo performance, right? So feel free to comment down how do you think about Momo. This is going to be R0, and everyone can get 1 copy of Momo for free from the championship event. Should be 1 copy for free as long as you finish the base reward. Alright, I'll make another video for the championship one for tomorrow. Right, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye. Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JenMP, Roses15, Mokult Regili, thank you so much for the support. And for the supporter and patron of Artiar, which is Louis Schneider, Agni, Code Wilderness, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwaltz, Rimu, Choni, Von Hexa, Luxley, Roshan Bessie, Antonio Winterspoon, and Noah Archive. Thank you so much for the support, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Bye bye.